All right, good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We are live here on KENS 5 talking all things weather. We are halfway through the week and a little bit different on our pollen count this morning. We have a couple of things visible, one of which is something you've probably been dealing with these last several weeks, these last couple of months. It's the cedar, and it is heavy over 1,000. Molds are moderate at 600 and ashes visible today, light at 50. And so far, so good on my audio. Looks like it's working out well. If you have any plans today, outside right now it's mostly cloudy, but after about 1 and 2 o'clock, we'll see some sunshine break through. Daytime highs above normal. You know, we should be stopping at 66 for this time of year. Instead, we'll be right around 82, so like 14 to 15 degrees above average for February. And as you know, if you've lived here or if you've been anywhere across Texas, across the winter time in February, it's usually cold. But this week has been extremely warm, and temperatures are climbing way above where they should be for this time in February. So again, we should be stopping at 66, 68. We're hitting 82 today under a partly cloudy, sunny sky with a light southeast wind, 5-10 miles an hour. So staying on that topic of February weather, what it's usually like, so far this year, this season I should say, from December 1st to now, we've only seen 8 freezes so far. The Hill Country, specifically in Kerrville, they're at 27 total freezes for the year. To put into perspective, last year was 15 total. The average by March 1st is 15. So we are behind schedule. This has been a warm winter overall. Yes, we've seen cold snaps here and there, but overall it's been extremely warm with 70s and 80s predominantly every other afternoon in San Antonio, across the states. And our typical last freeze based on the numbers from the 1900s to now, when you average all those dates out, it spits out a date, and that is February 24th for San Antonio, when we typically see our last 32 degree or colder for the season. Now, again, that's just an average. This doesn't mean. We have seen freezes as late as March and even early April. The latest freeze on record for San Antonio specifically was set back in 1987, and that was set on April 3rd. So while a lot of folks, a lot of gardeners are getting ready, at the end of this month into early March to plant in their gardens, into their flower beds, a lot of people actually wait till like early March, the first 2 weeks of March, and if it hasn't froze by then, they usually start planting by then. But just to give you perspective, we have seen freezes as late as early April. Does that happen always every year, every season? No, it's definitely an outlier, but it just shows you what's possible. All right, so mostly cloudy skies. It is looking like it's going to rain in some areas around Morgan's Wonderland Camp. Matter of fact, we'll take a look at radar, but it should stay mostly dry for today and just cloudy for these next several hours. Matter of fact, you can see on radar and satellite all the moisture moving farther east towards Houston. We'll see a break in the sunshine and the clouds around 1 and 2 o'clock, and that'll lead to a warm day overall. We talked about the pollen count. Outside right now, cloudy skies, and those numbers on the freeze. Here's temperatures across the area, across the metro at this hour. It's 11:11. Make-A-Wish, 68 degrees in Boerne, 71 at Bulverde, 73 at Calaveras Lake, 72 at Moore. We have no 80s on the map yet, 1 or 2 60s still in Boerne and Kerrville, but most areas climbing into the 70s at this hour, 74 in George West. Winds not really a problem. Earlier in the week they were gusting a little faster. That was leading to a fire threat. We are no longer in a fire concern today or tomorrow or on Friday. Today's weather, 82 for a high. Morning cloud cover gives way to sunshine. Later this afternoon, winds are light, 5 to 10 miles per hour, nothing crazy. Something to keep in mind for tomorrow morning, and I would say for the next few overnights, fog will continue to be a concern around Bexar County, Highway 90 towards Bandera, Kerrville, Kendall County, I-35. There will be pockets of lower visibility through early Thursday morning and early Friday morning that we may see visibilities down to half a mile in some areas, maybe a quarter mile. So that's certainly something to keep in mind. As you're getting ready to get out the door in the morning hours, 5, 6, 7 a.m., we could see some lower visibility with some pockets of fog forming in every overnight. And then tomorrow, 84, so a couple of degrees warmer tomorrow, 81 Friday, and then here comes the cool down. We get closer to normal by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday next week, but it's definitely not a blast of Arctic air or very cold air. It just gets us closer to normal for the standard in February. So we do have some better weather on the way. So here's Timecast and kind of timing you out hour by hour. Here's Friday morning, some areas of drizzle, overcast skies, and morning fog into Friday morning. Friday afternoon, just like today, high temperatures near 80, a mostly cloudy sky giving way to sunshine Friday afternoon by the end of the week. And then here comes our next cold front. Is it strong? No, it's not an Arctic front, but it will arrive sometime around 10, 11 a.m. Saturday morning. So what you'll notice during the day for the first half of the weekend, if you have any outdoor plans for this weekend, it'll get a little breezy, some winds gusting near 20 to 30 miles per hour from the north. Temperature still pretty warm Saturday, a lot colder Sunday morning. So early Sunday, you're going to need a jacket. We're looking at 40s on the way for Sunday morning, breezy conditions, and then Sunday afternoon closer to normal in the afternoon, and the 60s near 70. And then all the cold air stays locked up to the north. By Monday and most of next week, this ridge builds back in, strengthens over the desert southwest and pretty much all across the plains, the high plains from Texas to the Dakotas. We're looking at more sunshine, warming temperatures, and any rain that tries to form through next week, next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it stays east towards the Tennessee River Valley, towards the Appalachians, the east coast of the U.S., where Texas will be high and dry for the next 14 days, it looks like, and no significant chance for rain. The 10% you're seeing Friday and Saturday is mainly for that morning drizzle, some spotty areas of light rain Thursday morning, early Friday, and early Saturday as that front drops in. But again, if you're asking for anything measurable, nothing is in the forecast. From 78 on Saturday to 67 on Sunday, it'll be breezy. Sunday morning will be a lot colder. We're looking at morning lows in the lower to middle 40s early Sunday. And then same thing early Monday and early Tuesday. So next week starts off a little chilly, but the afternoons I would say near perfect in the 60s, near 71 Tuesday. And again, nothing in regarding major rain chances in this forecast. So we'll have that full screen. And enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. It is going to stay warm. Thursday, 84, 81 Friday, and then a little cooler this weekend with mornings back near cold weather territory by Monday and Tuesday next week. That is, from Mario. You're officially saying winter is over. Yeah, you know, I don't want to say that just yet, Mario, just because, again, we can see freezes in March, but from what we're seeing now, it stays pretty mild into early March. We could see another wave of some cold air maybe around March 5th or 6th, but right now it just looks like we're seeing an early onset of spring as February wraps up. Yeah, cold fronts here and there, but nothing strong, nothing Arctic related. It just stays pretty mild, if not near perfect through this weekend. Next week, highs in the 70s and 80s. And then it looks like by, the first 2 weeks of March, it's going to be warming up pretty quickly. All right, guys, have a wonderful Wednesday. We'll see you later. We'll be on live on KENS 5 News at noon in about 45 minutes with the latest on news, on weather, everything you need to know around San Antonio. Have a great Wednesday. Be safe, and we'll see you later.